Hi everyone! Welcome to the Crafty Pixie channel where we do sewing projects, craft projects, and subscription boxes. I am Bee. Thank you so much for stopping by. It is great to have you. How are you guys doing today? Okay, we're into May. We're doing good? That's all we can ask for, huh? Okay, today it has arrived. Here is May's subscription box for the Sewers Club. Just a little bit of information. This box is $31.99 a month. If you want the extra add-on Notion, that is an additional $9.50 a month. But if you go to the description down below, there will be a coupon in there for $5 off of your first box, okay? If you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you know when I upload every Wednesday at 9:15 a.m. Leave a comment in the comment section down below and give the video a thumbs up. It is wonderful to see that you guys are really enjoying this because I love these boxes. When I get the email saying that my package is shipped, I get so excited, and then I look at the tracker like every day. So, all right, let's break this open and see what's inside. Oop. All right. I love the box so much. It's so colorful. You know exactly what it is. All right, here we go. What is this month's project? Back to the Basics Table Runner. The finished project is approximately 42 inches by 13 inches. And that looks pretty, that looks cute. There you go. Okay, so that's our project. And this is just telling us oh, that's cool. Okay, so this month's project features 100% cotton banyan batkis handmade by local artisans in Indonesia. That's really, really cool. Okay. All right, let's see what we got. All right, so my first fabric, ooh, that's nice. This has definitely a homemade feeling to it. The fabric does. It actually feels really cool. Okay, so here's the first one. It's just, you know, your basic yellow. Okay, and then this one is kind of the same design, but this is, it's got some browns in there. So there's that. And then another yellow, but this is yellow and white. See if I can open it better for you guys. All right, so there's that one. Okay, so we've got 3 different yellows. And then, ooh, what's this? Oh my goodness. As you guys, I'm sure, are aware, my favorite holiday is Halloween. And I got Halloween fabric in this box. So this is the first side. And then this is the second side. So this is clearly going to be Halloween themed table runner, which is perfectly fine by me. I love Halloween. Okay. It's a little strange for May, I would think it would be more spring or summer orientated, but I'm not complaining. I love Halloween. So there's that. And then we've got our Gutermann thread right here. Let me see. This is color 70. Hold on. I'm cheating. No. Dark bone or white. So this is the dark bone. And this says we added 2 fun bonuses for our members this May. So if you got the add-on to the box, the add-on notions, you get unique sewing sharp needles and infinity sewing scissors measuring 6 inches. That's really cool. I keep like wanting the extra notions, but I've got so much, so I'm kind of just very happy with the box that I get. But let me see, the assorted 100% cotton panel, looking to sew some more. Well, this month we've included an assorted panel that can be used to make a second project this month. In your box, you will find an assorted 100% cotton panel ranging from apron panels, bag panels, to quilting panels. The panel in your box is a gift from us to you, so feel free to use it how you wish. Okay, so this is the extra fabric that they're talking about on here, which is fine. I don't mind. There's like 4 or 5 different kinds. That's cool. Okay, so every box is going to be a little bit different. You're not going to have all of the exact same fabrics that I have. So this is not for the table runner. I mean, I guess you can make a table runner out of it if you want to, or you can do like a wall hanging or something like that. But that's extra fabric for everyone. That's awesome. So yeah, that looks to be, so we're making the table runner out of just these yellow panels. So yeah, I mean, that's springy going into summery. That works. This pattern is by Serena Victoria for Sewers Club again. All right, so there we go. Yeah, 3 panels. Okay. Yeah, nothing crazy. I'm going to, I'll probably do a separate video for the the Halloween panel. I don't know with what yet. I'll figure it out. I'll let you guys know that the fabric came from this box. So that's it. My box is empty. So I'm going to get cutting and we'll get to the project. So without any further ado, let's get started. All right, for this project, you're going to need 4 pieces of fabric. So we have fabric A, the 2 for fabric B, and then our fabric C. This is a very long project, so I'm gonna have to constantly move it around. Of course, you're gonna need your instructions, some scissors, of course your thread, and then your ironing board, and your sewing machine. So let's get started. The first part of this is we're going to take our fabric A and our fabric B pieces. Now this particular fabric doesn't have a right side or a wrong side. They're all the same. So, but what you're going to do is you're going to want to take right sides together and line up fabric A to fabric B along the long side of the fabric. And you want to line it up completely. I'm going to pin this or clip this a little differently than I usually do because it's so long, so I can't pin like the beginning and the end and then go back. But you're just going to keep them aligned. Now this, they give you just enough fabric to do one table runner in this. So my biggest suggestion for you so far is measure at least twice so that you only cut once and you don't mess up your measurements. If you're anything like me, it is for some reason really hard for me to draw long straight lines even with rulers. Yeah, don't know what it is. Always been that way. I can draw a circle, but straight line not so much. All right, so we're gonna pin to both long sides, so I'm gonna flip it around. I'm gonna do this side as well. Make sure you line up the raw edges at the beginning as well. A little bit of a smell because this is handmade, so they use a different process when they're doing it, so don't freak out, it's okay. And the marking tool, I used an error erasing marker to mark the lines so that I could cut them, and it disappeared really fast. So just bear that in mind too. Don't leave it. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to take this over to the sewing machine. And along where we clipped on both sides, we're going to stitch at 1/4 inch seam allowance. Make sure you backstitch at the beginning and at the end of your seams. Okay, I'm gonna go do that and I will be right back. Once you are done sewing both of the long edges, this is what you're gonna be looking at. I know it's kind of hard to tell because it's, you know, pretty much the same color, but I also wanted to show you, look at the way this fabric holds a stitch. That is beautiful. I mean, and this fabric is a firmer cotton. It's not like really flimsy like most of the cotton that you see. So this is great. There's no interfacing on this or anything, and it's wonderful. I really like the way that's stitched. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take it and we're going to fold out our 2 B fabrics that we did, and we're gonna iron it. Now you're gonna want to iron your seam allowance to one side, so either iron it to the back of the fabric B or to the back of fabric A. I'm gonna go ahead and do it to the back of fabric B because that's just where it's folding naturally. So I'm gonna do that to both sides, okay? Get my iron. Please remember it's hot. All right, and you're just going to literally, so now another thing with this fabric is I don't see a lot of fraying, which is great, but the wrinkles in the fabric, like right here and here, are really hard to get out. I ironed this a bunch of times, so just bear that in mind too. Don't get too frustrated if it just doesn't want to get all of the wrinkles out. It'll be okay when you're done. All right, so just fold it out. Be careful not to stretch the fabric too much, because you don't want this panel to be wider than your back panel. Okay, so just lightly do it with your fingers. I wouldn't hold the fabric or the iron over the fabric too long. I don't know, there's no like care instructions. I'm assuming this will work like any other cotton fabric that you have, but it's so pretty and it's handcrafted, so you want to make sure you don't destroy it with your iron. So, all right, so we're just doing it this way. Make sure that your seam stays pushed against whichever panel you are doing. You don't want it to jump back and forth, because that sew line's going to look weird if you do. Ah. And I'm stuck. There we go. I mean, this is folding beautifully. I mean, this fabric is wonderful. And if I do think correctly, you can buy more of the fabric on the website, the Sewers Club website. When you type in on every pattern, there is a code, password, you could say, that you can go on and you can actually get the fabric, like more of the fabric if you absolutely love it, or you can get fabric that you really like that didn't come in your box. Like this particular one, it looks like there was a bunch of different colors, and my box had the yellow in it. But there was like a purple one and a blue, like on the directions page. There was black and gray. I mean, they were beautiful. I think there was a green one. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not looking at it right now. But so you can definitely, I do believe there is an option there where you can buy more of the fabric or a different kind if you didn't quite get the one you liked. All right, almost done. All right, you're making that nice and flat there. That seam may be there, but it's okay. It's gonna be so pretty, no one's gonna notice it at all. I ironed both sides of it too, so just bear that in mind when you are sewing this. You want to make sure you are gentle with it. Like this panel, this is like super wrinkled. But all right, so I'm gonna trim up. If there's a little bit excess, you can trim it up, and I'll be right back. This next part might be a little annoying for some people, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the right side of the fabric fabric panel that we just put together, and our fabric C piece, and we're gonna lay them right sides together. I know there's a big difference here. And then we're going to line up the raw edges of the side and across the top. And we're going to pin it in place. All the way down the side. Make sure it stays aligned. If you need to adjust a little bit, go ahead. I think I cut this a little too long, but it's okay. All right. And then once that side's pinned, we're gonna take the edge and match it up with the other raw edge on the other side. And we're going to clip or pin them together. Make sure that you're aligned along the edge on the raw edges, okay? You're making essentially a tube. Now when you take this over to the sewing machine to sew it, make sure that you are not catching any of the loose fabric, or it's gonna mess you all up, because you're gonna have to take the stitches out and do it again. Okay, so, and if it's easier for you, you can go ahead and sew one side and then come back and pin the other side and sew the other side. That's entirely up to you preference wise. But like I said, you're gonna make it a tube, and then you're gonna be good to go. I might actually, yeah, I'm gonna sew this side and then I'm gonna pin this side and sew that side. We are sewing at 1/4 inch seam allowance, just like we did with the other piece. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this and I will be right back. Once that is done, we're gonna come through and we're going to iron the seam. Now, what I'm thinking for the seam, because it says to press to one side. So what I'm thinking is I kind of want it to have the same appearance on this side, like this side. So I'm gonna fold the seam in towards that smaller B fabric that we have, and I'm just gonna press it down. Really, all you want to do is just press that seam. You're not doing anything else yet. Oops, see, make sure you pay attention. Okay. Yeah, we're going to do it that way. I'm just pulling the seam just a little bit. You don't want to do it too much because you don't want to stretch out the fabric. And we're doing this along the entire length. We're just finishing up on this side. Just like so. All right, now it wants, or the directions say to evenly distribute the fabric so that fabric C is even on both sides. Okay, so we're just gonna, I did it pretty good, but I want to try to make this as centered as fabric really likes to stick to each other. Like once it's connected, it's hard to change. All right, so it looks like I'm pretty even. If you want to literally go ahead and measure the whole length, of course you can go ahead and do that. I'm not. I'm just gonna eyeball it, trying something new, trying to be not so critical about the whole thing. All right, so we're just evening that out, making sure it stays pretty even the whole way. Like so, right to the end. Just like that. Now I'm going to turn this around. We're going to have to go ahead and press it again, but this is just giving us a guideline. And you're going to get a rough idea of what this is going to look like when it's done too, which is going to be great. All right, so might protest just a little bit. If you need to rearrange it, by all means. All right. Oh, I'm off. Hold on. Now I'm being nitpicky, sorry. All right. I'm just gonna press that so it kind of keeps its shape a little bit better. Isn't that cute? I almost feel like these are more fall color, like gold, but it's very, very pretty. Okay. And I'm not a bright color person. So when I, to be honest, when I was pulling these out of the box, I was all like, ooh, those are bright. But together, they're not bad. All right, so there's that. Now we're gonna take it, and this is the part that kind of confused me a little bit, but I think I got it. We're gonna take it and we're gonna fold it in half. Okay, so you're gonna match up the two sides so that they are even. That's very important here because you're going to be making the triangles at the top. So you're going to want to clip it. And over here you're going to want to do the same thing. And then we're going to take this over to the sewing machine. Okay? And we're going to sew at 1/4 of an inch all the way across the short ends. You are sewing both sides together. I know it seems really weird, but trust the directions. So we're going to do 1/4 of an inch back stitch at the beginning and the end. We're going to do it to both sides. Okay? And then I will be right back. Next, after you've done that, we're going to take it and we're going to pull it open so that we make a triangle. That should come out nice triangle there for you. You shouldn't have to force it too much. And we're going to come up here right at the corner here at the top. We're just going to cut at a diagonal. Do not cut into your stitches or the other fabric. You're going to do this to both sides. And then we're going to take it and we're going to press these seams open. This is going to give you a nice sharp triangle that's going to be finished really, really well when we're done. So just, there's a few layers here, so just be careful. Okay, and then we're just going to press it open. You shouldn't have to force it too much. Should want to open pretty easily for you. Just like that. So you've got a nice triangle right up here at the top to go along with that. We're going to do the same to the other side. Nice triangle. Clip it. And then press it open. Watch your fingers. I have to tell myself that every single time. All right. And then you just take it and you flip it out. Pull that nice and taut there. You've got yourself a nice sharp point right there. You can press it. If you want, they do offer some additional steps in here where you can kind of quilt the back and the front panel together. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. I'm not, and I think it's turning out quite well. So then we're going to take the other end and we're just going to do the same thing. Point that triangle out as much as you can. and fold it over. And then once you give it a final press with everything, you're good to go. All right, and there is your finished table runner. If you want, you can also secure the inner side if you want to. You can like tack it down so it's not hanging open, but you don't have to if you don't want to. Well, there we go. Another Sewers Club box done. Isn't that beautiful? I really, really like that. Another happy, box. I'm very, very happy with this one, just like all the other ones. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Leave a comment in the comment section down below and give the video a thumbs up. Also, in the description box below, you are going to have a link where you can get $5 off of your first box. So, until next time, see ya!